So, today we're going to dive into a pretty radical idea that the future of our food and even our health isn't being cooked up in some high tech lab, but it's actually right under our feet. We're talking about Project Shifa, or Prime Eden, a system that claims it's completely revolutionizing how we grow food by treating soil not like dirt, but like a living, breathing, intelligent organism.
And this question, right here, this is really the foundation of the whole thing. It flips the script on modern agriculture and asks us to just look down to the soil for answers we've been trying to find in pharmacies and factories. So, what exactly did they find down there?
Okay, so to really get what Prime Eden is offering, we first have to, get our hands dirty with the problem they're trying to solve. And it's a huge one, a silent crisis that's happening in farm fields all over the world. I mean, the difference here is just night and day, right? On the left, you've got living soil. It's an entire ecosystem full of life, porous, just buzzing with biodiversity. But on the right, well, that's what so much of our farmland has become. It's sterile, compacted, basically lifeless, a depleted medium that can barely support healthy plants. So how in the world did we get here? Well, according to the folks behind this project, these are the big culprits. Things we think of as modern farming, heavy tilling, planting the same crop over and over, and just dousing everything in chemical fertilizers and pesticides. These practices have systematically killed the life in our soil. And this right here is what it all leads to for us. The food that's grown in this dead soil might look shiny and perfect in the grocery store, but it's often just a pale imitation of what it should be. It's lacking that deep flavor, the rich nutrients, and the actual vitality that's supposed to nourish our bodies. Okay, so things look a little bleak. But what if we could actually bring that life back? This next part is where it gets really fascinating. It's all about the science Prime Eden is built on, which is basically a rediscovery of this incredibly powerful intelligence that's been working underground for, well, millennia. So the absolute key idea here is this thing they call the quorum. Now, this isn't just a random mix of bacteria and fungi. It's a coordinated, intelligent network. The idea is that once this community of microbes hits a certain density and diversity, it starts to act like a single, self-aware superorganism. It's like they all start working together as one big brain for the soil. And get this, the core preparation they use in this system, it contains a living biome that they claim is up to 1,000 times more concentrated than what you'd find in even the most pristine, healthy soil out in nature. That's just wild. And that is the engine driving this whole thing. Okay, so you've got this incredible, super concentrated life force. But what do you do with it? How do you actually use it to bring the land back to life? Well, that's where the Prime Eden system comes in. It's a practical, step-by-step method for literally reawakening the earth. It all starts with this stuff right here, Barmatuha. That's the name they give to their special microbial starter. And let's be clear, this is not a fertilizer. Think of it more like a starter culture for sourdough bread. But instead of making bread, it's seeding the soil with a complete, diverse, living ecosystem. From there, they actually build a home for all this life. And it's pretty cleverly engineered. First up, they lay down a carbon base of woody stuff for long-term food. Then you've got a thick, 40-centimeter layer of organic matter that's been infused with that Barmatuha. And to top it all off, it's all protected by this special cover they call a shuba, which acts kind of like a living skin for the soil. Now, on top of that physical structure, the system runs on what they call 4 natural forces. The first one is living water. So instead of just plain old H2O, maybe from a chlorinated tap, they use water that's basically alive. It's been pre-cultured with microbes and algae, so it's a delivery system that feeds the soil, not just gets it wet. Next up, force number 2, breathing soil. Because this whole community of microbes creates this amazing fluffy structure, the soil can actually breathe. It's like a lung for the earth. It pulls in the oxygen that the roots and all that good aerobic life need, and it can even exhale beneficial compounds that feed the plant's own leaves. Force number 3 is all about dynamic light. This isn't just about getting sun. It's about using the language of natural sunlight. The way the light changes its angle and intensity through the day, that's a form of communication that tells the plant what to do and when to grow. It's a complexity that static artificial lights just can't copy. And this last one, Force 4, it's a little more out there, but it's called harmonious space. This system really emphasizes that the whole environment matters, the positive intention of the person farming, a lack of stress, no loud industrial noise, no chemical pollution. They believe this whole psycho-emotional field, the vibe of the place, is absolutely critical.
Okay, so you've done all this work. You've rebuilt the soil. You've balanced these four forces. So what? What's the result? Well, this is where the science hits your senses. Let's talk about the food. This quote from the founder, Mark Freeman, man, it just hits you. He talks about a flavor so intense, so bright, it actually brought him to tears. He said it was like a watermelon candy, but it was real. This isn't just about good food. It's an emotional, profound experience.
All right, let's get really specific. Just look at a tomato. On the one hand, you've got this explosion of flavor. It's complex, it's sweet, it's acidic, the texture is meaty and dense, the aroma fills the whole room. And on the other, well, you know the deal. Watery, bland, one-dimensional. The claim is one is packed with life, and the other is mostly just water and nitrates.
And what happens when you eat this food? Well, the reports are pretty incredible. People say they feel full and satisfied with way smaller portions. They talk about an immediate rush of energy and mental clarity with none of that heavy, bloated feeling after a meal. It's food that calms the system down. Food that actually heals, not just fills you up. And that really brings us to the big picture, right? Because according to the people behind it, Prime Eden isn't just about growing a better tomato. It's really about proposing a completely new relationship with our food and with our planet. You know, their core message is actually pretty simple, but it's powerful. They don't see this as just another organic farming method. They see it as a necessary step forward, a path away from what they believe is the dead end of industrial agriculture and toward a future that can actually regenerate itself. And this really sums up their whole mission. It's about creating this incredible positive feedback loop. You restore the life in the soil, that restores your own health, and when you're healthier, you're better able to care for the planet. It all connects. Which leaves us with this one final and really essential question to think about. The whole project is built on this one powerful idea that our health and the health of the soil aren't two separate things. They're deeply, fundamentally connected. It's a huge idea and a pretty powerful thought to leave you with.